Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, bringing bad news to leftoids every single day since 2019. Oh, this right here, friends, this I think is a legitimately good idea. Change the frickin' map, why not? You know, forever Republican politics, I guess in a way, has been about conserving. Not generally the way that we speak of it, you know, the whole notion of conservatives wanting to conserve tradition and whatnot. I'm talking more about Republican election strategy. It's mostly been defensive, attempting to conserve what's already kind of there, while Democrats have been on the offensive, trying to turn states like Texas and Georgia to fall in that blue column. They play more of an offensive game, using mostly George Soros' money, of course. Well, maybe it's time for that to change a little bit. I mean, we saw what happened in Florida recently, a purple state that was slowly trending towards Barack Obama-style liberalism. From 2016 to now has completely shifted and has now become a Republican conservative bastion of freedom and booming free markets. Well, who's to say that it should end at Florida? Who's to say that you simply just give up and say, well, you know, New York and other states like that, those are blue states. Why even try? Why even go there? Why not take advantage? Why not go on a tour in places where you're not expected to perform well in? Why not show up there and make some freaking noise and get people to join your movement? Get this, folks. Donald Trump pretty much just confirmed that he's eyeing a massive Bronx rally. Yep, Donald Trump plans on making a visit to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's district, and he's even contemplating doing a huge event at Madison Square Garden. I think this is a genius idea. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so here's Donald Trump speaking with Maria Bartiromo about possibly working to flip New York State red.
The Republican Party under Trump has become a tremendous success.
Are you going to be able to flip blue states like in New York and in New Jersey? There's a rumor you're going to do a rally in the South Bronx.
I think so, yeah. I think I will do that.
And when are you going to do that?
I think I'll do one maybe at Madison Square Garden, too. I think we have a chance. New York has changed a lot in the last 2 years. We have migrants all over the street. They're living on Madison Avenue. I mean, nobody can believe what's happened to New York. The people of New York are angry. People that would have never voted for me because I'm a Republican. I mean, they're Democrats. Their parents would they vote for Democrats. I think they're going to vote for me. So I think we're going to give New York a heavy shot. They're very unhappy in New York, what's happening. And they're unhappy with the crime. You take a look at the crime in New York, it's at record levels. The other thing is, and very importantly, New Jersey. I think New Jersey can be flipped. I think that Virginia can be flipped. I think that New Mexico can be flipped. And I think Minnesota can be flipped. And I'm not even sure that everything can't be flipped.
Look, I know it sounds crazy, but listen, it's not. If you've been paying attention, then you know that the greatest rightward shift in the electoral landscape, well, it's happening in New York State. Manhattan, I mean, maybe not so much, but the state as a whole, it's happening, mostly due to skyrocketing crime. And of course, with all the buzz around this topic, Newsmax had to do a segment. Here's Newsmax speaking to people on the streets in the Bronx, and well, it was pretty badass to say the least.
If President Trump came here to the South Bronx, would you attend the rally?
Of course, I would want to meet Trump. I want to shake his hand.
He's the only president that I see that can ever make America great again. He's capable of doing that.
I would love to go to a rally with Donald Trump come, because I'm a big Donald Trump supporter, and I will support him 100%.
Oh yeah, definitely we're going to show him love. We're going to show him a lot of love, and you know, like they do in other states. We definitely need to see Trump here.
There's nothing but love for Donald Trump here in the South Bronx, the North Bronx, the East Bronx, and the West Bronx.
So you tell me.
We want Trump to come back, please, bro. Biden, get out of here, bro.
I would come to the rally and support Trump, because the Bronx need a change, and we need somebody that's really going to help this community.
I would definitely come to a Trump rally in the South Bronx. I like him.
You do?
Yes.
Yes, I will come to a rally if President Trump was to come to the Bronx, and I also would bring other people to come too and support him.
Would Joe Biden get a warm reception if he came to the Bronx?
No, he wouldn't have. And I'll make sure of that.
I don't think the reception is what you think it's going to be. You know, obviously there's going to be a bunch of crazed blue-haired leftoids standing at the corner, flipping off the Trump motorcade with ridiculous little protest sign. Obviously that's going to happen. But I think for the most part, it's going to be primetime TV. It's going to be a massive event if it ends up happening. And I think at the end of the day, right now is when you got to capitalize. There is a lot of dissatisfaction within the American electorate. There's people who feel as though they are voting for the Democrat Party, but they aren't being spoken for. They feel as though they don't have proper representation. They don't have somebody in office fighting for them. That tends to be the general sentiment right now, and especially among disenfranchised voters. Well, why not take advantage of that kind of opportunity? Walk in and say, look, maybe I'm not part of the party that you traditionally vote for, and maybe the media even tells you that I'm literally the worst thing ever, that I'm racist, that I'm this, that, and the other, and most importantly, I'm here to bring you into this incredible movement that we are building to take back this nation. If Trump comes in and is able to authentically push forward that message in the Bronx, that message will resonate everywhere. People say it can't happen, it can't happen. Trust me when I tell you it can happen. Joe Biden ain't doing so hot in New York right now. There's only one pollster who's covering this currently, and that's Siena College. I'm pretty sure they work with the New York Times to release these polls. Well, as you guys can see, back in September, Joe Biden was leading by 21 points. He's now only up by 7, 9, or 10, which in the state of New York is absolutely awful. Joe Biden should be ahead by 20, 30 points easily. Probably more so 25 to 30 in early polling data. This little set of data is devastating to Democrats. This means that Joe Biden is within striking distance for Donald Trump. And then, of course, we look at the Lee Zeldin versus Kathy Hochul election back in 2022. The final results came within 10 points. A Republican almost flipped the state and became the governor. Look at these statewide results. Lee Zeldin was at 47 points to Kathy Hochul's 53. Let's compare that to the previous gubernatorial election back in 2018. Andrew Cuomo beat his Republican contender by nearly 24 points. You had a plus 24 Democrat lead, which in the matter of one governor election cycle got cut down to like a 6.5 point lead. You're telling me New York's not in play? I'm not so sure that that's the case. And look, I don't think Donald Trump should be spending an exorbitant amount of money and effort trying to win the state of New York, but why not visit? Why not see what you can do? Why not test the waters? Because clearly something's happening there. Clearly there's an opportunity. There's a door that's opened. Why not walk through it? The Democrat Party is currently imploding in New York. Then, of course, there's the whole Letitia James and Alvin Bragg thing. There's also E. Jean Carroll doing a New York media late-night tour, bragging about how she's going to spend Donald Trump's money.
You've talked about using some of Trump's money that you're about to get to help shore up women's rights. Do you know what that might be, what that might look like?
Yes, Rachel. Yes.
Tell me.
I had such great ideas for all the good I'm going to do with this money. First thing, Rachel, you and I are going to go shopping. We're going to get completely new wardrobes, new shoes, motorcycle for Crowley, new fishing rod for Robbie. Rachel, what do you want? Penthouse? It's yours,
Nothing.
Rachel. Penthouse and France? You want France? You want to go fishing in France? No? Oh, all right, okay.
That's a joke.
All right, okay.
That's a joke.
Although if me fishing in France could do something for women's rights, I would take the hit. You know, I would obviously take one for the team. All right, let me as if you need persuasion in that regard.
You know, there's so much bias, there's so much corrupt nonsense, this sort of get Trump at any cost.
And what would you say to people who say, oh, I'm not going to bother to register to vote because my voice doesn't make a difference, or I'm just one person?
I say one name, Donald Trump. That should motivate you.
Will you sue him for us?
Oh, we're going to definitely sue him. We're going to be a real pain in the He's going to know my name personally.
I love it.
Meanwhile, there's a migrant crisis and crime is skyrocketing, but Democrat leadership in the state is more focused on getting Trump than doing their damn jobs. That is an opportunity to come there with a big message. And look, New York is New York. It's the frickin' Big Apple. Anything Trump does there will resonate across the nation. If he does a massive event in Madison Square Garden, comes out looking like a rock star like he does usually at the UFC events, and if the messaging starts resonating with New Yorkers and it turns into a net positive for his image in the state, that's going to have an effect nationwide. I think this is a brilliant play. I think now is the time to take advantage of this potential opportunity. It didn't exist in 2016, it didn't exist in 2020, but it exists now. Thanks to Joe Biden, Kathy Hochul, Andrew Cuomo, and Eric Adams' failures. And of course, let's add Alvin Bragg and Letitia James. So I guess let's see if it happens, but most importantly, let's see what happens. This election is about to get interesting. anything. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys on this one. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.